The scapegoat is punished for the family's dysfunction. In healthy families, differences are noticed, maybe even questioned, but ultimately accepted. In unhealthy families, difference is interpreted as danger. And that's the starting point for the black sheep, being viewed as dangerous to the emotional narrative of the group. They aren't trying to disrupt anything, they're simply being themselves. But who they are doesn't fit. Their way of seeing, feeling, questioning, or being in the world exposes patterns that others are desperately trying to keep hidden. A black sheep is marked by perceptual divergence. They often have heightened emotional intelligence, sensitivity to hypocrisy, or an innate resistance to control. They ask questions too early. They notice power imbalances too young. They react strongly to injustice, contradiction, or manipulation, even if they don't have the language for it yet. Because of this, they become inconvenient. And rather than evolving the system to accommodate that awareness, the system ejects it. This ejection doesn't always look cruel at first. It can be subtle passive exclusion, being overlooked, treated as the family joke, or consistently misunderstood. But it escalates when the black sheep stops tolerating the role. That's when the scapegoating begins. Scapegoating is not the same as being misunderstood. It's not just emotional neglect. It's the active, sustained transfer of blame. Once the black sheep refuses to stay silent, accept contradictions, or comply with unspoken rules, the family often reassigns them a new role: the scapegoat. At this point, they're no longer just different, they're wrong. The family begins accusing them of things they didn't do. Emotional conflicts get rewritten as their fault. Issues that were previously shared or hidden are now pinned to them. If they leave, they're told they abandoned the family. If they stay, they're told they're creating drama. This is not random. It is ritualized role preservation. Scapegoating is a psychological tactic rooted in group preservation. When a family cannot metabolize its own dysfunction, it assigns one person to carry it. That person becomes the symbolic dumping ground for everything the group cannot integrate. If the parents are emotionally unavailable, they accuse the scapegoat of being needy. If one sibling is cruel, the scapegoat is blamed for not getting along. If a grandparent was abusive, the scapegoat is shamed for not being grateful for the family legacy. In other words, the truth becomes an accusation, and the more the scapegoat resists, the harder the system fights to keep the lie intact. It's important to understand that the black sheep doesn't become the scapegoat because they are weak, dramatic, or defective.